Forecast. Here's KATC meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, another winner today, tonight, another pleasant evening. Venus in that western sky. Hopefully you got a chance to see that again, already setting out there. And again, Venus, the brightest it's going to be all year long, but it'll dim down in May, but it'll get brighter later this year as well. More on that in the days and months ahead. But what we're looking at is our next weather maker that's up in the Pacific Northwest. That's going to be diving southeastward. And by the way, this system was up in the Gulf of Alaska. A lot of its energy is already dropped in the Pacific Northwest, and it's going to race southeastward and then ignite storms tomorrow well to our north and west, and then into our part of the world as we head into Wednesday morning. Pretty much under the influence of high pressure that has shifted off to the east, so we're seeing a return flow around that high pressure ridge. So tonight, not as cool as what we were this morning. We were in the mid 50s this morning. Clouds generally on increase, mainly high clouds, and as we head throughout the day tomorrow, it's going to be a breezy and warm one. Temperatures getting into the low to mid 80s. Not seen on the NAM model yet, but I think we might see a few isolated storms developing late tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow evening, but rain chances is going to be no higher than about 20 or 30%. Then going into tomorrow night, we're noticing the threat of a squall line that'll be developing in the Arklatex and then dropping southeastward like the RPM model we showed you earlier, with strong to possibly severe storms moving on through right around daybreak on Wednesday and then pushing slowly to the south and east with time. The possibility of strong winds and hail with those cells, and we might see a couple more cells develop mid-morning into the early afternoon. That actually could produce a little bit more in the way of hail and gusty winds. Thereafter, drier air will be moving in. The storms push offshore, and then smooth sailing for the rest of the week. As for the severe weather threat, a substantial enhanced threat of severe storms, Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, including perhaps a few tornadoes, but the primary risks are going to be large hail and damaging winds, and the same goes for Acadiana going into tomorrow night through Wednesday morning. Marginal to slight risk, and you can see the higher risk off to the north and west, but we may see this get extended down the line as well. We go into Wednesday morning and beyond, only a marginal risk for Acadiana, but that may be upgraded to a slight risk. Some spots, mainly Lafayette on eastward, certainly into Mississippi as well. We'll have to wait and see on that. This is the good news, though. We need the rain, and the models are going for at least a half inch to an inch of rain. The European model is even hotter than that, going for an inch to 2 inches of rain in many spots across the area. Hey, we'll take an inch. We haven't had much rain, and if we can get a good soaking, we'll take it, because we're trying to stave off a little bit of a drought that's been going on over the last month to 6 to 8 weeks. So near term tonight, lower 60s your low. Might see upper 50s, northernmost portions of Acadiana by tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow back into the lower 80s. Tomorrow night we'll see readings holding in the 70s, but then cooling down behind that squall line, upper 70s to near 80 as we head into your Wednesday, with the skies clearing later in the day on Wednesday. As for winds pick up. It's like clockwork. Right around 10 o'clock, you'll notice the gusts increasing. These are sustained winds. I do expect many gusts up to about 25, may push 30 in a few spots tomorrow afternoon, so keep that in mind. Pleasant evening out there. Not as cool. 61 your low tonight, 83 the high tomorrow. Clouds on the increase. A few storms possible late in the day into tomorrow evening. Windy out there as well. And then the big rain chances tomorrow night into early Wednesday. After that, smooth sailing into the weekend. Nice and cool and dry couple of nights, and then warming up in the weekend and some summer-like values going into next week. But again, we'll be on the lookout for the risk of some severe weather early Wednesday. More on that, especially tomorrow. That's it for weather for right now. We'll be right back right after this.